Welcome again to Life Principles with Dr. Sam Malomo. I believe you enjoyed the last topic that we looked at. His mouth speaks. And I believe you are already going back to your deposit. That is, the things or the treasures that you permit into your heart. So, by now I believe you are already following me on Facebook, Instagram, and on YouTube channels. And I will advise you or admonish you to do one thing for me. Can you just share it with one friend or one family or a group of people if you are blessed by it? So today we are going to move forward on the word series. Today I am looking at a good tree does not. A good tree does not. There are some things that you will not be able to do. There are some things that in your life you should not be able to produce. So, what Jesus said in the scriptures, Luke chapter 6, verse 43, is that for a good tree does not bear bad fruit, nor does a bad tree bear good fruit. So, there are some things that are so impossible, because the fruit does not bear the tree. It's the tree that produces the fruit or that bears the fruit. So if you are good, that is to say, the deposit in your heart is good, your fruit, doubtless, will be good. But the definition of good is relative. To some people, okay, it's good. For some people, excellence, for something to be excellent is just the beginning of their goodness. What am I saying? Now, we look at life from different relative lenses. What you accept in your life may be different from what I will accept. But there is the baseline based on what Jesus was saying here to be good. What does God mean when he's saying something is good or something is capable of producing something good? Now, we know that it takes time from when something is deposited to when that thing produces something good. Now, you need to understand that the time in between, the deposit and the product is very, very important. Jesus in Matthew chapter 7, verse 7 says something. One translation says, the Amplified precisely says, keep asking, keep knocking. The word is be consistent. So if you keep depositing good, the truth, life principles, things that will build it, things that will make you different. It doesn't matter if people see it now or people accept it. Just keep depositing them. It has to be consistent for you eventually when you start producing the fruit so that you can have multiple fruits being produced every time. Let me give you an example. You need to understand ripple effect. If you understand the principles of ripple effect, the ripple effect continues the moment the first dial or whatever starts. But it is about to end based on the last dial. It will die or it will end at the last dial. That is to say, the ripple effect continues based on the number of dials that you put in there. So the essence of you depositing good in your heart is so that it continues, so that for generations it will not cease. Let me give you an example. When God met Abraham, one of the things that God deposited into Abraham is this. He said, I will make you a great nation and I will bless you. I will make your name great. Now, can you imagine in the life of Abraham, you understand what I'm saying? The ripple effect of what God was looking at is from generation to generation and generation. We are still talking about Abraham today because there is the deposit of so much good that eternally, as long as you belong to the seed of Abraham, the ripple effect continues in your life. That is how powerful deposits are. So, because the deposit of good was in Abraham, it cannot produce bad fruits. Because the deposit of the blessed by God is in him, it can never produce the cost. I pray that the Almighty God will open your eyes more and he will expound these principles in your heart